Today I'm going to show you how to grow a pineapple from scraps. So my family has been growing pineapples for years and years. My grandpa started growing pineapples, and then my parents and my brother also grows pineapples from scraps in New Zealand. So the first thing you need to grow a pineapple from scraps is a pineapple with the top still on it. That is actually quite hard to find these days. If pineapples aren't locally grown in your area, then they will be imported, and when they import pineapples, they often will cut the tops off. For biosecurity reasons, they often will cut the tops off because bugs and critters can be living in the leaves. So the best place to find pineapples with the top still on are at local farmers markets or like more sort of greengrocer style places. Here in Perth you can often find them at the spud shed. I did notice though when I went to get this one that some of the inside of the top had been ripped out. So I don't know why, whether that's to stop people growing them or what, but it is getting harder and harder to find them with the top still on. Okay, so once you've got your pineapple with the top on, you can just cut the top off and simply put it in the ground or in a pot. The way that I like to do it is I like to cut the top off and then put it in a jar of water for a few weeks to sprout roots, and then I'll put it in the pot. So as you can see, this one here, this one's actually a few months old, just because I want to plant this out the front in my new tropical garden, which isn't ready yet. So it's just been growing in my laundry, and it's very happy, as you can see. So those are the roots that it sprouted, and that's just been in water. Alright, so this one here, this is one that I grew from scraps it's about a year old now, and it's doing really well. Okay, so let's get this one ready to grow. So firstly what I do is I just chop the top of the pineapple off. My knife's not very strong, sharp. Alright, so I'll put that aside, and then I'm just going to chop that up and put it in a container so that it's ready to eat, and the outside will just go straight into the compost. Alright, so we've got our top here, and like I said, some people just plant this straight in the garden, but I like to keep mine and put roots. I like to keep mine in jar and let it root first. So what I do is I'm just going to get off all this flesh here. And now this one is a double, so it's got basically two separate plants on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break them apart, because I will have two pineapple plants from this one pineapple. So as you can see, there's two center pieces in this one, so I knew that it was two separate plants, and it's actually already sprouting a few little roots out of there. So then what I do is I just peel off some of these bottom leaves, and it will reveal more of those little root nodules. So I don't know how many, maybe 3 or 4 layers of leaves I've removed. Yeah, and so you can see it's got some little root nodules already forming around there, and so that's where the roots will come out of. I'll just do this one. So they start off pretty small and usually a bit like damaged from being handled, but as you can see, this one here has got all new growth in the middle, and it actually looks really nice as a plant. That's probably enough. Alright, so I'm going to put these two in a jar of water as well, and they should start probably within the first week you'll start to see roots, and then after 2 weeks they'll definitely have some roots there. I'll probably wait about 3 to 4 weeks before I'll plant them out. And these 3 here are going in the front garden because I am making a sort of subtropical edible garden out there. Where to plant these? They like somewhere really warm, so a really sunny spot in your garden, somewhere sheltered, or if you are keeping them in a pot, just somewhere really nice and warm and sunny. If you live in an area that gets really cold in winter, with frosts and things like that, then I would put them possibly inside for winter and then bring them back out when it warms up. They do like to have maybe, I feed them with either some seaweed solution or one of my homemade fertilizers that I make with bananas, probably twice a year, and then that's it. They will just get bigger, and depends on your climate and how warm it is, but they can take about 2 to 3 years to fruit, and the fruit will come up on a little stick, a little pineapple lollipop right through the center. A little flower will form, and then it will turn into a pineapple, and then once it is ready you can cut the pineapple off and then replant the top of that one, and then this one here will still keep growing, and sometimes I'll send off other pineapples out the side. So yeah, it involves a lot of patience, and I always like to name my pineapples. These ones here are Shazza and Dazza, and my ones previous to that were Larry and Barry. So these 3 here I don't have names for, so I'm going to need to name my new 3 pineapples. So if you've got any suggestions, please leave a comment below, and we'll pick some names for these. If you have any questions about growing pineapples from scraps, please let me know, and give it a try. It's really fun. They look really nice in a jar, and then once they grow they look really nice in the garden. If you found this helpful and liked this video, please share it with your friends and make sure you subscribe.